Good evening, everyone. Keith here. We're going to wait a few minutes, let some people pop up here. I don't know how many people we're going to get to show up here tonight, but I'm hoping I can get a few because I think this is important. And I want to talk both about the form that I'm posting about as well as um, a very important aspect about using any government forms. And so I want to start off with this form, the DS 3013. And it's an application under the Hague Convention on civil aspects of international child abduction. And what that is, if you look at this form, it's basically a claim. And that's why I want to talk to you about the aspects of using these government forms in respects to your own documentation. Instead of filling these forms out, we can go ahead and get these forms, and we can do one of two things that will make them our documents. The first thing that we can do is we can amend those documents simply by scribbling out words on those documents and putting our own words in them. However, the one thing I want everybody to be aware of is that not one single government form have I found that the entire government form is within a box. And that's an important aspect that we have to remember in any contract, in contract law. Anything that's in a box doesn't exist. It's called the four corners rule. And so basically all of these government forms don't exist. However, the information on them and the way they're formatted, we can use to our advantage by using the information that they're looking for, such as the children's names and addresses and stuff. Now, a lot of that stuff we can bypass as private information. They're going to ask for a social security number on that form. Excuse me, I don't feel comfortable giving that out, and I don't have to. So don't give it out. That's private information. There's a lot of information on those forms that they're going to ask that is private information. You don't have to give it out. However, there is information on there they want, like height, weight, hair color, eye color. This is going to be part of your property description. And along with that property description, you're going to have a photograph of each one of your properties. So you can see what we're going to do is we're going to change the word children or child to property. And that's how we amend these things and how we construct our own documents to rebut the information that they have or to present our own claims. So when you look at this form, and you'll see in my previous post here, I showed you direct path on how to get to these forms and download the PDF. And those forms, once you look at them, you can take all that information and find all the words that are wrong. Address, that's a federal zone. An address is a federal zone, and that makes you a federal United States citizen under the 14th Amendment. You're clarifying that that's where that citizen lives. If that's where that citizen's address is, you better have that birth certificate on you. Otherwise, that citizen's address is actually at the Bureau of Vital Statistics at the Secretary of State's office. Understand this stuff, people. These forms that they're giving you, again, like I said, go get a U.S. passport form. Tell me if that entire form isn't in a box. It is in no way, shape, or form any kind of a valid contract, period. It's just a sheet full of information, so use it. So again, when you guys think about these forms and you get all excited about these forms, the standard form 90, or excuse me, not standard form 90, it's OF, optional form 90, which is a release of lien, or the optional form 91, which is a release of property. Those both also have information on them that you can use to construct your own private document to demand your property be released. That's all these forms are. They're not going to provide you anything of any kind of remedy because they're fictional forms. However, the pen is mightier than the sword. So when you put your own hand to pen and you start writing your own documents out, that has your authority. You are the one that authors them. So you put your words to it, but make sure you're using the correct words. So when we talk about this application under the Hague Convention on civil aspects of international child abduction, and we see that it has a description of the properties, and then a submission of a claim, and then material facts, and a place for you just got to learn how to use these to construct your own private documents in that same format to make your claims. So remember that stuff, people. These forms are important, and it's not important that we use them. It's important that we use the information in them. It's important that we rebut that it's an application. We're going to use the information on that application as part of our claim. And when we think about the again, like I mentioned, just got done mentioning the optional Form 90, release of lien, and optional Form 91, release of property, we can use the information on those forms as well to describe the fact that we know that there's a lien on our property and we wish to have it released now. Quit letting these fictions determine the words. That's the whole problem. They're using perverted words. Correct the words. Get those forms and find out how they're using the words, how they're perverting them, and correct them. Construct them into your own private documents and submit them. And keep them as a private document. Okay? Learn something about research self-authenticating documents. Self-authenticating documents. Maybe that'll help you learn how to put this information to use a little bit better according to your own circumstances. In the meantime, once again, I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you guys. God bless you. I love you. Have a great night. Bye.